You know the drill. Today, we're scrapping drills. We're going to start with this guy, and we're going to see what's inside him. I've tested all these drills. They don't smell so good. I don't smell so good. It's time to smell worse and get them done. So it's pretty straightforward. You start by taking out the screws here. I don't think you can really make that out. We're going to take this part here is a little hard to take out. We're going to deal with that. I'm doing my own work here right now, so I can't really, I have no way to film and scrap at the same time, so I'm going to do this in pieces. Okay. So I got the back off. This part, that's garbage. Just got those bits off. Now starting to work on the back here a little bit. Pull the trigger out already from the front. Every drill is going to be a little bit different, and then a lot of things are going to be the same. One of the things I want to talk about is this wire, this cable, the cord. That's the thing. And as much as I would love to take and run that through my Stripmeister, it is too small for the Stripmeister. So sadly, yes, this has to go into your insulated wire. Check with your scrap yards. They may have different categories. Mine has only one category, the 80% category, except for the really big stuff, which if I have it, I'm going to actually use it to, I'm going to actually strip it if that's the case. Now look over here. Now I might be an amateur, but I think that's an armature. Okay, talk to you in a bit. Now for you micro scrappers out there, you know, you can get some wires, some copper out of there, a little bit of shred. From that, this is all from the switch. So depending on the age of your drill and the type of your drill, you might get some stuff out of there. I got a little bit of copper. I'm not going to complain about that. I'm going to keep track of everything I get from one drill here. Hang on. These days, a lot of drills don't have brushes on them, but this old school kind still does. So you can pull those out. There's some copper and brass, or at least some brass there. So let's make sure we're collecting that, right? Then there's the other parts to it as well. One thing that surprised me a little bit is this piece here. That's brass. This was just off the top here. I'm a little bit surprised that that is brass. I thought that would be steel, but I've filed it in two places, you know, the file test. That's actually brass. Well, you see, it shows you what I know. That wasn't brass. This isn't even metal. The inside part of it was brass. One of the things I love about scrapping are these little metal gears. I think they're so cool. And now I can sell that for half a penny, but why would I sell that for half a penny when I can keep that just for giggles? It's so cool. I imagine this little piece right here that's inside there, that collar, bushing, whatever it is. I imagine that's bronze. I'm going to see if I can get that out. There's some other pieces like it. I'll see what I can do with it. The rest of it's some sort of die cast or something like that, aluminum. So I spent a little time hacking away at that end. I managed to break and get this piece of cast aluminum off, or I think it's just aluminum, but anyway, there we go. I've also got little bits and pieces around it. This little piece of metal here, I have its buddy somewhere, but I haven't been able to find it yet. Yes, that one piece is either brass or bronze, but I'll just treat it as brass. It looks like brass, actually, to me. And then there's this piece which I basically broke off. There's probably an easier or better way to do it than the way I did it. And if you know how to get these ends off more easily, then by all means give me that information. That'll help all of us. But that's just shred, of course. So the stator, which is the outside of the motor, there's the armature. And there's the stator. And by the way, armatures, my friend Scrap It All, he has a wonderful video on how to process these. So I won't do that as part of this video. He does it better than I ever could. I am going to try this part here, smashing that just to get the copper off, and then I'll crown these, and then I'll see if I can get the copper out that way. You'll see if you see his video. But for this here, part of the problem is that this stator is being held, and you can see on both sides here, it's by some rivets at the top. So I'm probably gonna have to bust what the rivets are grabbing onto around there, or just bust this whole thing. Might just take a sledge to it or something. But I have to figure out some way to get the stator out of this. And if you've got a good way to do that, if you could point me to a good Stator of the Union address or something like that, thank you. This thing came out for me really easily, actually. I extended up using one of these guys and just pounding it down on the cement against the cement. And it pushed it through really easily. And it separated no problem at all. So out goes the plastic piece. And there's our stator ready to have the copper rescued from it. Let's hope it is copper. I'll give it a check. And we'll see what it is. Yep, delightfully that is copper. Awesome. Oh yes, thanks to some side cutters and a little bit of leverage with a flathead screwdriver and a vise, able to wrangle all that lovely copper from the stator. All right, let's do a little bit of a wind-up here, or a wrap-up, I should say. So I got this little piece here that's got some brass in it, and it's surrounded by aluminum. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. That might be hard for me to get the brass out of there. I might just throw that in with the shred, just because it's just too hard to deal with. The rest of this here, that's shred. So maybe a few pennies of that, a few pennies of wire, maybe 10, 20 cents a wire, a few pennies of brass. We've got the armature, of course, and armature. Some places you can sell them like this, so ask about that if you're going to sell them. But I should be able to get some copper off of this too. There's a different process. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but there's definitely some copper in there. And then we have our aluminum, which really doesn't amount to very much. I mean, you're not going to get rich off of taking these apart. If you get $1 for everything you take apart, I mean, most of the money is right here in the stator and in the armature in the form of copper. And if you manage to strip that wire, that's the other source of value in this. And there's where you might get $2, $3 out of it. The rest of it may be $1 worth. If you get $2 to $3 per drill, you're doing well. Thanks again for joining me. Scrap and Lou, over and out.